So UFC legend Cowboy Cerrone is back in the UFC drug testing pool. It's been officially announced, and he's looking for a fight in 2025. He's looking for two. He wants to get to, I think, 50 fights, and that seems to be a goal for a lot of really old UFC veterans now. I think it's Jim Miller's goal as well. So look, I made a bunch of videos recently about just trying to tell really old MMA fighters to just stay fucking retired. And it seems like, look, they're just going to do whatever the fuck they want. I feel like, they're at a point where they can retire. They made their money. Some MMA fans have made the point that, they may miss the screams of the fans and the octagon and the lights and Bruce Buffer calling their name and all this shit. And, to me, it's just like, kind of fuck all that, man. You're putting your life at risk once again. Take a look at Tony Ferguson. He can't win a damn fight now. What is he on, a 7-fight losing streak now? He's losing to everybody. He looks incredibly slow. He looks in his age is showing so blatantly. I mean, the power is gone. It's kind of there for like 2 punches and then gone. The stamina is still present. The strength is gone. It's just the power and the strength and the speed is all gone. Okay, all that's left is his stamina. Kind of just making him able to just kind of stay there and take more damage and look incredibly old. And it's sad. I don't know what shape Cowboy Cerrone will come in. I'm aware of the fact that he's been on steroids, after he retired. So he's off those now and trying to get back clean and stuff like that so he can fight. But the only benefit to these old fighters coming back is that we could get a little bit of nostalgia if we're able to. We could get a little bit of nostalgia with this only if we're able to match them up with other old fighters. If you take an old fighter and you match him up with a younger fighter or a remotely young fighter, like 30s, mid 30s, even mid to late 30s. If you match like a really old fighter, I'm talking like 40 plus, to one of those mid to late 30s other fighters, it's just a bad matchup, because you're gonna see the mid to late 30s fighter completely just humiliate the 40 and up fighter. And 40 and up is retirement age in the fight game. At least I think so. For at least 95% of UFC fighters. I think Cowboy Cerrone certainly passed his time, but I think the only fight, or the only fight of like 2 or 3 fights that would be remotely appropriate for Cowboy Cerrone is a fight against Tony Ferguson. If Cowboy Cerrone comes back, I think the UFC should reach out to Tony Ferguson and offer him one last retirement fight. And I think that retirement fight should be Ferguson versus Cerrone. And that's it. If Cerrone wins or loses, then we can probably toss Cerrone like Jim Miller or some shit like that and have another old guy fight. But, the only way, the only way to find it acceptable for a really old retirement age UFC fighter to come back is to pair that fighter up with another old retirement age UFC fighter and have some old ass man fight. And it's 10-1, it won't be the most entertaining fight because, again, it's 2 old dudes who are beyond their prime. They're going to be slow. They're not going to be as powerful. They're not going to be as strong. But it still could be a bloodbath because they're old guys, so they might bleed easily and cut easily and shit like that. So it may be remotely entertaining, but from their own health standpoint and from a standpoint of entertainment within fights overall, it's not going to be a good look. It just won't, And I've been protesting this for a fucking while now. I've been saying this in many videos, months ago. It's not a great look. It just is not a great look for old ass fighters. Cowboy Cerrone's coming back. Tyron fucking Woodley is eyeing a return, and he still looks fat as hell. It's sad shit to see, man. Jorge Masvidal, who he's old. He's not ancient, but he's old. So I don't know how good he'll look if he was to make a return. He didn't look great in his retirement fight. So these old fighters, they really just need a reality check to just, look at themselves and see that time gets to us all, man. Time will get to us all. So enjoy your youth. Enjoy it while you're young. While you're young, try to get into fucking competitions, shit like that, to get medals that you can remember and hang up on your fucking wall or something, or do whatever you love to do with your youth, because that shit's gonna go away. So, and unless you're taking care of yourself like every fucking hour of every fucking day, you may lose some shit pretty damn early. But yeah, going back to the main idea for this video, Cowboy Cerrone's eyeing a return. It's still appropriate because I understand the whole 50 fights thing, the allure of that now, because Jim Miller's making that more popularized. Retired fighters going back for 50 fights. I get it, but watching old dudes get beat up, not the most fun and entertaining thing. It just really isn't. It just really is not. And as a Tony Ferguson fan, it is so sad. It is so sad. Absolutely devastating to see Mr. CSO come out there and fucking look like he's Mr. CSO, but he fucking goes in the octagon and looks like Mr. CTE. And I fucking, oh man, it's so hard to watch. Either way, you let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next.